Assalamu alaikum friends, hope you all are doing well. Today we will discuss about the Java, introduction to Java. We will start from very beginning so you can make your own concept clear about Java. If you have any confusion, you can leave your comment. Uh, you can leave your question in the comment section. And here we start. Uh, Java basically is a language in the field of computer science and software engineering, which is used to code the softwares or the programs, or you can say the applications which we see on our desktops, on our websites. These are basically at the back end. The languages are used. It could be any language. Most now these days the most used language which is used in the mobile application is Java. So what makes Java a rich language is basically uh, most of the time, or we can say after a bit of time, it has changed. So by time it has changed itself and brought various changes in its models. So here we will discuss some salient characteristics of Java, and we will discuss it in depth. Number one, Java is platform independent. What makes a Java platform independent is its bytecode. The bytecode created in Java can be run on any machine. It is platform independent. If you are running its code on one machine, you can also take that code and you can run it on another machine if you have JVM. This is one of the features that makes Java uh, a unique language. The same further it says the same program can be run on any correctly implemented Java system. This is what I said a few moments back. Second point is Java is object oriented. Let's see what it says. Structure in terms of classes will group data and operations on their data. In object-oriented language, we have classes. There are basically four main principles of Java which makes it an object-oriented, which we will discuss in later classes or the video lecture. What these four principles are? These are polymorphism, inheritance, and other. There are basically other two also, which makes it an object-oriented. These are basically principles which Java language follows. Can another point is can construct new classes by extending existing ones. This is inheritance. This is one of the principles in Java which makes it an object-oriented. Third point is Java designed as a core language plus. As Java has changed itself with the time, it has become a core language in the field of computer science. Why? Because it has commonly available packages. These packages contains classes. These classes can be used by the developer to develop any software or any program. These what basically the packages are. Packages contain classes. These classes can be used which contain predefined methods. We can import these packages and use the classes and methods in it. We do not need to waste our time on the framing or on creating these classes and methods which are already available. This is what a kind of importance Java has. Java can be embedded in web pages. Java can be used to what we see on website can be used. Java can be used to develop the web pages simply on the web in the web development. Java processing and execution. How Java process and executes. Here we will learn about it. Begin with the Java source code in the text files model.java. Actually, we code the Java and we give it an extension. We give it the extension .java extension to that file in which we put our source code. Source code is nothing, just the code we, or the, we can say, the program or the task we do in the any file, in our text file. We can simply code our Java programs in the on the notepad, which is basically a text file. Second part is Java source code compiler produces Java bytecode. When we compile our Java program, bytecode is created. This bytecode makes this language a platform independent, which I have already told you in the on the previous slide. Output one file per class model dog. When we this bytecode is in the form of .class file, which is created where we save our .java file, may be standalone or part of an IDE. This point says that if we are using an IDE, that will be in that IDE, like VS Code. In VS Code, we can, if we show our folders in which our Java file is placed, we can also see the .class file there, or also standalone. We cannot see, but we can manually go to the file and check the .class file, which is created after executing the .java file. It is created after compiling it. .java file. A Java virtual machine loads and executes class files. At JVM, Java virtual machine, also called JVM, which is an important part of Java, without which Java file cannot be executed. It's important to first install the JDK, which contains JVM, Java Development Kit, which contains the JVM, which basically runs our code and shows our output. And JVM, the function of JVM is to convert our bytecode into machine code. This is what the functionality of JVM is. Moving further, these are the steps which basically are performed by the Java program. At the end, we see these are performed at the end, and we see our output. Let's see what's happening. First, we have Java source files. Source files, simply we have the code, and the second step is Java compiler for your full form. We simply compile the program or the source files which we have created with the extension of .java, and that after we compile it, what is created? Bytecode files are created. Bytecode files is what? It is basically a .class file, which can be seen after compiling the .java file. And this bytecode is executed by the JVM, which at the end produces the output of a program. These are basically basic steps of execution, compilation and execution in the Java program. Classes and objects are the important in the Java. These are basically, we can say, the roots in the Java. In order to program our code, we need to understand these classes and objects. Classes are what? Implementation, and object is what? We create the object using the class name to use the methods or the any fields of the class. The class is the unit of programming. Simple, class is the unit of programming. We use the class to implement our code, which contains some methods and fields. A Java is a collection of classes. A Java program is a collection of classes. There can also be a simple program which can contain a single class. There can also be a multiple classes in a Java program. The file name must match the class name. It is also important in order to not to confuse yourself. It is um, suggested that you should keep the file name and the class name same. This is what keeps you away from the problems and keeps it simple. A class describes objects instances. Instances, we simply refer to the objects. Class is used to define the objects, describe their name. Characteristics is a blueprint. Class is what? A blueprint. Thus, all instances have the same characteristic. All those instances or the objects we create from a class have the same characteristics. These characteristics are, I already told you, these characteristics, data fields or the variables of an object of the defined in the class or declared in the class. Methods, operation that do work on the objects. Methods are defined in the class that we can use using the object of that class. Grouping classes. Basically, grouping the classes leads to creation of Java API. What basically the API is? API is application programming interface. You will further, we will I will create a separate lecture for an API ahead. So here we will not see the API in depth. API is what, just like I will simply giving you the idea of API. API is simply like the waiter in the hotel. It basically takes the order and bring the uh, product which is ordered, or the food which is ordered in the restaurant. This is how the API works in the programming. Java is a composition of what? Small core plus extensive collection of packages. These packages are used by our programs to implement our intentions or whatsoever we want to program. A package consists of some related Java classes. I have already told you the package has Java classes which we can import in our program and we can use it, and also the methods in it we can also use it to simplify or keep the code simple, or we can say it helps us in uh, not wasting the time. There are also, these are examples of packages like Swing, AWT. These are basically GUI packages which we are used in the Java to implement the graphical user interface in your program. And also the util, we will study it further. The import statement is a compiler to make available classes and method of another package. Import word is a keyword which is used to make the class available. Simply we use it with the classes of packages so that there are no errors, or we can say we can use the classes and methods using this keyword import. A main method indicates where to begin. There is a main method in our program. There will always be a main method. It is not about a single program or the uh, multiple programs. It will always be available. Without the main method we cannot run our Java program, because main method is where our, from where our program starts. So main method is, we can say it, a permanent method. This is the uh, basic program uh, which we can now see it, and I will define it how it works. This is the import, how we use import keyword to, and this is the javax dot string we package, and all this is directly used to uh, define that it will import all the classes in the string package. Next we have class, we have make it public, so it's available everywhere. And in class we will always define a main method. This is how public static void main. Uh, it contains string array as a parameter, and it has opening and closing. This is the methods opening and closing bracket, and this is class closing bracket. These are basically keywords defined here. Public can be seen from any package. We can use this the public variables anywhere. We can use the class hello world in other packages will, because we have made it public. And also the method static, not part of an object. There are public static and non-static. If you are making static, then there is no need to use the object if we are using it with the method. Static methods are basically do not use the object, they are called directly. So we will see it later on. This is how we run our Java program. we will write on the CMD. We will open our CMD and write the Java C. First thing you have to note is you have to install JDK first in your system or the laptop or the PC, whatever you have. Then you have to set the environment variables. For environment variables, I will create a video which you can check later on. Uh, I again repeat that it is important to install JDK before running the Java program, because without JDK you cannot be able to run the Java program or the .java file. So it's important to install the JDK on your system and set the environment variables. Next we have Java C. Next we will, once the JDK is installed, now you can see that you will see that once if you are compiling, you will write like this: Java C, whatsoever name of your file is, you will write that name with the extension Java. Then the .class file is created, which is basically the bytecode. Then we can execute that bytecode and we will see uh, the output value, this line Java hello world. Suppose this is the name of the file and this is the name of the class. Understand? Start the JVM and run the main method. Basically JVM is running at the backend, that's why we are able to see our output. This was all about introduction to the Java. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.